Hello everyone, Sick here. Today I'm going to be giving you a unique Minecraft video. The idea for this video is I'm going to mine a 10 by 10 square all the way down to Bedrock and count the number of blocks that I find. You know, there's mines, there's ravines, there's tons of different things that could be a player here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what a random 10 by 10 block will give me all the way down to Bedrock. I'm going to count each individual block, each stone, each dirt, each gravel, each iron ore, etc. all the way down to Bedrock, and trust me, you will be surprised with this video. It'll be a lot of interesting numbers, and I don't think anyone's done this before because a lot of people don't like math. I like math, so here we are. The first layer was kind of on a hill on a mountain, so the first layer was only 80 dirt, so nothing too crazy on the first layer, and to no one's surprise, it's all dirt. The first few layers were all dirt, so it was really easy to do the math. You know, 10 times 10 equals 100, so 100 dirt for each layer. Pretty simple. But then I started running into some stone, so I had to do a little bit more math, some subtraction and all that to figure out how much stone and dirt was at each layer. The next layer down, I started to find some coal, so I had to consider that into my calculations as well. One thing that really surprised me while I was digging down this 10 by 10 square is I had 10 layers of straight stone. Only stone. It added up to 1,000 blocks straight of stone, which just blew my mind. And here are some more numbers for you that I found along the way down. This is down to layers about 17. Getting down to layer 18 was super exciting because I finally found dirt again. It was nice just to not have stone after stone after stone. And here are the numbers for layers 18 to 20. Counting the blocks in layers 1 to 20 is pretty simple considering that 10 of them were all stone. So nothing too crazy in these layers. Found a little bit of coal here and there and gravel, but other than that, super simple stuff to count. And here are the numbers and the totals that I have so far for layers 1 to 20. Continuing on to layer 21 was where I first found iron ore, and I continue to find iron ore continuing down these layers and more coal, so nothing too exciting yet, just more of the same old usual stuff. Continuing down to layer 31, it was pretty uneventful, very boring area from the surface to about layer 40, so getting some more coal, getting some more iron ore, you know, the same usual stuff, but nothing too exciting yet. Here's some more stats. After completing layer 40, as I go up, you can really see the progress I was starting to make. A huge hole in the ground, and you can see the dirt patches and a few coal patches along the walls as I continue up. And here is a long list of all the updates, giving you the numbers from layers 21 to 40, as well as the totals so far in this dig. Layers 41 to 45 were a lot like layers 21 to 40. I was expecting something exciting to pop up and as I was getting deeper down, but it just wasn't happening, and it was a lot of the same old stuff, and here are the numbers. As I was going further down into the dig, I did experience more dirt, which is usually a good sign for some water or something that's going to pop up. Yet, nothing had popped up. I did hear this weird sound, and that was a good sign. On this point of the dig, I was getting super bored. I was like, come on, more stone, more stone. I had this layer that I'm actually digging up and looking at right now had like 1 iron ore and 99 stone, basically all stone. I was getting bored out of my mind, but then something did surprise me as I started to dig some more. I ran into some wood planks, which just blew my mind. I was like, wait, how did I pop up? How did this happen? And I actually found a mine shaft, so that was interesting, and I knew it was going to be a lot harder to start counting the individual objects at this point. Digging a few more layers down, you could see that I had to be very careful with where I was actually deleting the blocks because I didn't want to accidentally delete something unique below it. So this is kind of what it started to look like. Counting the blocks was starting to become a little bit more difficult just because I had to subtract the blocks that weren't there if there were no blocks, if that makes sense. And then also I found a gold ore and a cobweb, so those counted towards my count as well. For the next minute or so, I'm going to show you clips of me mining this out because it is very intricate in how I did it. And you can start seeing the mine shafts up here on the side of the walls where I dug out, which is super cool. And you can also see the fact that there's a bunch of wood planks and oak fences and cobwebs and a lot of unique items in this area. So I'm just going to be showing you guys this area in more detail because this is probably the most intense counting I had to do during this entire video. Layers 41 to 60, it did end kind of boring, just with some stone to end it all off, but it did have that mine in the middle, which made it super interesting. And at this point, you could see the huge dig mine that I have and the cool mines that are going off of the dig site, which is just incredible to see. And at this point, I'll show you all the totals and all the numbers for layers 41 to 40 and for the totals of layers 1 to 60. As I continued further down into the dig site, I found that there was another mine, another cave. So luckily I didn't have to worry about counting any wood planks since it was the edge of it. However, I did have to worry about subtracting because there was that gap in the stone where usually there'd be stone, but there wasn't because the mine was there. So I had to do that subtraction to compensate for that. As I went deeper, I ran into dirt again, so I was hoping that I'd find some lava or something interesting as I got super deep down into the dig site. At this point, I was kind of giving up on the fact of finding lava, and I knew I was getting pretty close to bedrock. So at this point, I was just digging and enjoying the work I did, and then bam, all of a sudden, I ran into some lava. This clip is all about showing you how I dealt with the lava. If it spewed out, I didn't count it as actual lava block, but if it was actually the source, like I could collect the lava with an iron bucket, that's how I counted it as a lava block. And as you can see, I had to do a little bit of patching to be able to make this work so lava wasn't all over the dig site. So it was kind of a convoluted mess, but I did end up getting the numbers needed to make this calculation. Once I got to layer 80, I found some unevenness in the bedrock versus stone, redstone, etc. So I decided to just go ahead and completely remove that entire bottom layer to where it's just completely bedrock at the bottom. So here are the stats for layers 61 to 80 and also the total stats for all of the dig sites. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like, subscribe. I put a lot of work into this, a lot of math, which a lot of people don't like math, but I like math, so I put some work into it. And also, feel free to leave a comment down below if you have another suggestion that you want me to do. Say if you want me to do the nether, if you want me to do a 20 by 20, leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to make that video for you all. Thank you.